Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 32 of the Ashton Gate 8 with me, Ringo FM. And you'll notice this looks a little bit different. This is the Zealand skin. I thought this is the best one because it doesn't have a lot of like the moving panels in the background and that. It's very, very close to what the standard skin is. And it gives us like more of an overview, just in depth, so I'm not having to click through menus all the time. Obviously, you can see the league table up here. You've all seen the Zealand skin. It's fine. And we've gone a long, long way. We've been and gone. We're into April now. There's been a youth intake. Christmas has gone. January's gone. There's been an awful lot happened. You can see we are still 10th in the league. We haven't moved. We haven't gone up. We haven't gone down. We are just consistently 10th place. We're smack bang in the middle of the Premier League. We can see we are actually only 2 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand. 4 points behind Liverpool and Brentford. So we're there or thereabouts. You can see the league position then. We've sort of fluctuated slightly. The lowest we've dropped 11th. Before that, it was at the start of the season where we dropped down to 17th when we lost a couple of games. But doing very, very well. What I want to do in this video, we have got a game against Villa, which we're going to live com. But I wanted to look at like the team stats and the analytics. So, I mean, you can see it here straight away. Goals scored 50, the fourth best. Goals conceded 52 is the fourth worst. So we're not. If you look at like the minuses, it's everyone. Where do you expect us to be, essentially? -2, same for Norwich, same for Chelsea. We're all around the middle of the pack. And then anyone who's conceded more than that tends to be lower. West Ham, very unlucky if you look at the XG table. And we've not had any red cards, yellow cards. We're getting an awful lot of yellow cards. But that is down to the tactic. We are still in the 4-2-4. Familiarity-wise, though, look at that now. That is essentially full. The position roles and duties is slightly off, but I do think that is due to Greenwood being out there. We're doing okay still. There's a lot of players. I mean, look at the squad. It's so bloated. We're going to have to do another clear out. But set pieces, it's been changed up because we have got the new coach in. We've got Bernardo Cueva in. He prefers aiming at the back post, and we're not really scoring goals at the back post. So I literally just need to change these up to near post and then aim for near post. And hopefully we start scoring a few goals then. Who's still going to far post? Aruna Sangante still going far post. Cheeky git. We're going to change it back up to near post. That's our main thing. But we've had a few things happen. I'll show you some transfers now because obviously we've had January. These are the transfers coming in then in the summer. We always look at youth players who have been released, and there's a couple we've picked up here: Adrian Evans, Danny Nichols, Oscar Sierra, Kieran Williams, and Jarrell Rawlingson. Liverpool, Man United, quite a good pedigree basically. But transfer history then, this is the first year we are in the red, and you'll see that from the finances. We're hemorrhaging money this season, but it's because we spent an awful lot. If you look at the finances, we've only got 6 million left in the bank. We're spending a lot of money this season. Debt and loans, we've got £39 million debt from a mortgage loan for Ashton Gate, which was crazy. I don't know why they did that. It ends in 2035. It's a lot of debt, but not a major. You can see the transfer debt's gone right down, and the projection is that we're going to be in the red. But obviously, they pump money in and pump money in and pump money in, so we don't have to worry about it. We are going to pass FFP. But this is the first year we've actually got like a negative spend. So the last guys you would have seen in were Ayala and Pedrosa and Gusto. Ronald has now finally completed his move back to Ashton Gate. And do you know what? He's doing okay. He's not doing amazingly. It is what it is. There's not really an awful lot we can do about him. If we look at his attributes, that is ticked. He's not done amazingly well. He's on a 6.61. He's not really starting games, but he does have a goal coming off of the bench in one of the recent games, actually. Where's his form? There's his form. In one of the recent games, it was the game against Leicester. He came on, got the goal, and set us up for a good victory there. And then Charlie Patino, he's on the thumbnail for the video. I really like Charlie Patino. We can play him as a Roman playmaker, or we can play him as a deep line playmaker, and he has been playing as a deep line playmaker recently, and his form's sort of indifferent. But he was transfer listed at Arsenal. He's only young. He's 24 years of age. We wanted someone who has got the potential in him, who can sort of cover a couple of positions. He needed to be homegrown because our quota was still quite low, considering we let a lot of the young lads go. And someone who had like a bit of potential in him. He's a bit underrated, really. He's, if you look at his history, he didn't play an awful lot for Arsenal, but when he played for Swansea, Middlesbrough, and Leicester, he was doing very, very well. And then the games he played for Arsenal didn't start many, but he did get good average ratings. And then again, he's coming to us and he's doing quite well. He's sort of acting as like that rotation option in the defensive midfield. Very, very good player. He's on quite a long-term contract. He's on 86 grand a week, which is not too bad. Considering we're giving Ronald 22 grand a week. Medical report wise, he does get a few injuries. You can see this. I mean, this year alone, before we signed him, a back stress fracture and a bruised ankle. He's pulled his knee ligaments for us, so it's something that we need to manage. But we have shown it with Melia Fraser that our physio teams are quite good at managing things like that. So he's come in, and then transfers out. Then we sent, obviously, Francelinho due, finally completed his move to Nottingham Forest. Cole Palmer also went to Al Ahly, but then a lot of loans. We let Kenny Bush go on a free, but Davin Rosario and George Morgan both went to Tranmere and are doing quite well. Tranmere are on like a push to stay in the division. If they drop down a division, I was contemplating like terminating the affiliation, but I think it just means that we can start sending some younger players there, so it's not too bad. Thoris and Faras out on loan at Ipswich is not really, and he's not really playing many games for them, to be honest. Off the bench he's playing, so even Ipswich are thinking maybe he's not that good. It's probably a bust. Raekwon Nelson out on loan, and then a big one in Serge Milinkovic-Savic has gone back to Saudi Arabia, and you absolutely cannot blame him. He's on 325 grand a week there. He had a very good season for us. If you look, he was on 18 games, 3 goals, 1 assist, a very good average rating. They came in with 18.75 million up front, up to 21 million over the course of 3 seasons. He was moaning, he wanted to go. I couldn't really say no to him, to be honest, and that is why we brought Charlie Patino in. So that's your transfers done. So then we'll look at the fixtures and how we've been getting on, and obviously we left off these games last time. It was Man City, Everton was the last game, and we went on an absolutely horrid run. We just kept conceding so many goals, and I couldn't really figure it out. I mean, we were still performing well. We were just conceding an awful lot, but we've turned a bit of a corner. We just stuck at it and stuck at it and stuck at it. I think it was like the winter lull, but because we changed tactics like here in December, it's hit us a bit later. But it happens in pretty much everybody's save, doesn't it? And so yeah, we've had to adapt, and we've had to sort of see how we get on. But it is what it is. We're starting to win games now. Some players performing magnificently. Other players maybe not so much. If we have a little look at the overview for us, Junior Krupi is now our top goal scorer with 10 goals. Also the highest average rating. Coyote is on 6 assists. Fallou Diouf is still... He's rotating in on the team, Fallou Diouf. He is the best pass completion in the team, but he's... I don't know with Fallou. I don't know. His current ability is still good, and his potential ability has still got a bit in him. But I just think he's dropping off a little bit, to be completely honest with you. And you can see... where's his report gone? You can see on it his negatives. They reckon he's only like a championship level player now. He's just not very... He's not really adapted all too well. He is essentially just going to have to be a squad player from now on, so we will have to change that up. And then Junior Krupi, man. Like, I mean, just look at the guy. Just look how much he's improved. They think he's more of a shadow striker now. He's now natural, completely natural as a false 9. We have been playing him as an advanced forward too. An XG of 5.13 in the Premier League, 9 goals. He is a finisher, this lad. We do want to try and change his finishing up to placing his shots, because I have noticed that he's snatching slightly, but recently he's done very, very well. He's just a fantastic player. We also managed to tie him down to a new contract on the same wage, but with a £94 million release clause. So do you know what? If we lost him for 94 mil, there's not a chance I'll moan about it. They still think he's got a full start of potential in him. And what a player he's turned into, Junior Krupi. he doesn't have any noticeable weaknesses in his game, and he's been performing up front recently with, if we look at the top goal scorers, where do I want to look at it? If we look at our top goal scorers, Junior Creepy's got 10, Mason Greenwood has got 9, Philip Bungard went on a massive barren run. He just wasn't scoring goals at all. But luckily, Lorenzo Luca has bagged 8 goals this season, only 3 starts. He's got an XG of 4.39 and he's got 8 goals. So again, another player who's quite clearly a very good finisher. We've got 3 really. Greenwood's more of an inside forward now. But Lorenzo Luca, who at one stage looked like he was going to go out the door, has come back. It's just come back in from the cold and is just absolutely slapping goals in. Look at this; these are all off the bench. Talk about an impact sub. What a player. The games he starts, he doesn't tend to score, but he did get an assist in the game against West Ham. He scored a very, very good goal against Norwich. I want to see that goal, actually. I need to show you guys. We lost the game. We did lose the game. Norwich are our bogey team. It's doing my head in. But I think I just need to show you the goal that Lorenzo scored, because the 1-2 he played with Junior Krupi was absolutely sensational. So I'll just show you all the goals then while we're here. Jonathan Rowe always tears us apart. A big mistake from Heidel allowed Josh Sargent for a tap-in, and then the equaliser came here. Watch this. We win it back. Ronald into Luca. 1-2 with Junior Krupi. One touch out of his feet, and then just leathers the ball into the back of the net. He's just a fantastic player. He's turning into such a good lad. Just a good player to have around the team, and obviously the dynamics are great. Philip Bungard was moaning because we're using him as an advanced forward, so we've put him back to pressing forward, and that hopefully should change soon. Jacob Greaves is the new club captain due to Milinkovic-Savic leaving. Anthony Gordon, we'll ignore Anthony Gordon, as we all tend to do. Hierarchy's looking good. There's still a few players and other players. I'm surprised Norgard's down there being vice captain. I should have looked at that before I give it to him. Nathan Collins is someone that we've been scouting. So you see that over here. So they think we're missing a leader. Essentially, they think we're missing a leader at the back. He's valued at £21 million. Is he transfer listed then or not? No, he's not. They think his transfer value is 21 million. If we look at his scout report, when was that made? It must have been made a little while ago. Oh no, recently. In June 2027. No, it was last year. So we need to scout him again. Pilar was 2020. So yeah, that experience at the back. We have obviously got a lot of young players, but I'm keen to bring in some sort of experience on the back at the back, because we are missing like a proper leader. I mean, Greenwood, his leadership's not amazing, is it? Let's be honest. If we look at him, 3 leadership. You wouldn't go into battle with Mason Greenwood, would you? Probably because he would knock the fuck out of you. But Jacob Greaves, you would. He's 14. We're missing a couple of leaders in there. There's a few knocking about. Obviously, we've got Norgard in there as well. His leadership is 15. And just a couple of other players knocking around, like Arslan, Krupi, Borza. There's a few players who can sort of lead a team, but no one really stand out. So we are looking at Nathan Collins. Social groups-wise, it's only really the 2 new lads that don't really fit in anywhere. So the dynamics are actually very, very good. Ronald, man. I'm so happy Ronald's back. 220k a week is insane. But do you know what? I don't care, because he's proven he can still do it, Ronald. He's come back in. He is only 26. We've got him for what? Until 2031. We've got him on a 4-year deal, 5-year deal. Fine by me. It's absolutely fine by me. We'll accommodate him coming back in. Big Ronald, back Donald. But yeah, if we look again at the Premier League table, and we're going to see, I did say I want to speak about like analytics in this video, to sort of get back to what we like. If we look at the XG table, they've actually got us in 11th, so we're slightly performing above our XG, and our XG against we've conceded 2 more than we should have done. So we're actually not too bad. If we look at the data hub, then team report, is this just going to be? That's just going to be the previous game. Why does it do that? So this is us in the Premier League this season. We're performing pretty close to average in attacking statistics. We score relatively average number of goals per 90, a tenth fewer dribbles per 90, which is mad because we've got run with the ball as an instruction. Lots of shots on target, not as many shots per game, not a lot of non-penalty XG, which is something we really need to sort out. It's slightly below average. Oh no, we're 0.5 more than the Premier League average. These are confusing, these graphs. They're not quite as good as they should be, are they? And then the team defending, we're performing above average. Well, that doesn't make sense. We keep a high number of clean sheets, but our fouls are well above. We basically foul people high up the pitch and then we head the ball away. The most clean sheets this season is 8. We've got 8. 7.72 more. That can't be right. That can't be right. But I think if we look at the analyst report, we score a lot from just outside the penalty area, and we're effective with through balls. There's no data to show for conceding, which is crazy. So the clear-cut chances, we give a chance every 87 minutes. We create a chance every 87. We give a chance up every 78 minutes using this formation. So we need, look at the difference on that for the 4-2-3-1. We've not used it a lot, though. So the 4-2-3-1 is better defensively than the 4-2-4, which makes sense. But we need 2 goals. Bottom corner, we're picking the corners, which is nice to see. We're picking the corners every time. So we've got good finishes, essentially. Shots, then, where are we aiming? We're aiming for the corners. So we have got good finishes, percentage, bottom corners again. Yeah, we've got some good finishes in the team. So even if we were to put, I'm not going to, not yet anyway, but if it's a game where we're struggling, I genuinely think we can put shoot on sight on because we've got good finishes. So realistically, they will hit the target more often than not. But it's things like this. We want to look for, this is a concern. So we have a low number of set-piece goals and a high number of set-piece goals conceded. We've scored 8 and we've conceded a lot from set-pieces, and that's something we need to be very, very wary of. Like Newcastle have scored a high number of set-piece goals and not really conceded. We want to be up here. We're not doing good on set-pieces at all this season. Similarly for crosses, are we even in there? We are. So we're smack bang in the middle, lots of crosses. Not quite inaccurate, but not necessarily accurate. Tackling wise, we're very poor at tackling, but we put lots of tackles in. What do we want? We want to see our defending. Already seen that one. We want to see scattergraph this season, team. There you go, the set piece defensive. So a high expected assist against per game, but we left fewer crosses in. In theory, we're probably better than teams like Arsenal, but we just need to tighten it up at the back. And I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's because, see the defensive actions, a lot of defensive actions in our half, in and around our box. And I don't know if it's because like these guys are quite aggressive. That we've got a DLP on defend, and obviously a ball winner on support, or a Roman playmaker, and obviously Coyote gets up an awful lot. So I don't know if it's something to do with that, and whether we need to sort of have one of these guys sit. I think if we were to change up to the 4-2-3-1 again, we would have to have Junior Krupi drop in as the advanced playmaker, and sort of have 2 holding midfielders. But I don't really want to go that route, to be honest. I like how we're playing. It's something that I'm happy to do as a necessity, but I think at the minute, let's clear the slot. Right, okay. So let's do this. Let's copy this. And then I think this is what we would go to, is Krupi would go in there. We'll keep essentially keep it as it is. Krupi would go in there as an advanced playmaker on attack because we want him running with the ball, and then he would be a ball-winning midfielder and defend. And I think that would be the only change. Everything else is exactly the same. We wouldn't necessarily change anything else up because I don't feel like we need to. We're smack bang like average in the middle of everything. What's the familiarity looking like then with this? I think we just stick with it. I think we run with it, to be honest. And then we need to sort out the defensive set pieces. So Quaver likes us zonally marking. I've never been a big fan of zonal marking, but yeah, he does like zonal marking. And he wants us to defend the box with trackers. Do you know what? I'm just going to change them all to player mark and see how that goes. And then obviously we can change it up again. I don't mind like defending the box and I don't mind not counter-attacking because we counter-attack a lot like in-game. So I don't mind it not being offset pieces. I just really want to stop conceding off corners. So just showing like how well we can do in the transfer window and whatnot, and how well Krupi's played. Rooney Barge, Mohamed Saeed, Finn Yelch, and Waylon Reneka are all tipped to win the PFA Young Player of the Year. Obviously, we all know Rooney Barge. I think he's at Tottenham. He is. We all know how good Rooney Barge is. What a player. So for him to be like in such good company, Waylon Reneka, he just bullies us defensively every single time we play against Norwich. He absolutely bullies us. Look at this kid. Norwich's academy is wild. So for the game against Villa, we want to attack corners and defend corners and try and do that. And then obviously transition phase, we play counter-attack and football. So that's how we try and set up every week. The training schedules, not a single player has complained about the training schedules. So I think that's an interesting one. Did anyone see that on Sunday the 16th? Bournemouth fail in a bid to extend Scott's contract. Alex Scott would class as sort of the number one Ashton Gate 8. Speaking of, obviously that's the aim of the save. I've completely lost track. We brought back Charlie Frith due to an injury to Borza. He was out for a little while, Borza. I think it was about 3 months in the end. Medical report. How long was he out? 5 weeks he was out. So he was out for nearly 2 months with a double hernia. So we brought back Charlie Frith and we just played him as much as we could. Where is he? And he's still rotating in now. He played 4 games start and he's now played 5 off the bench. And do you know what? He's done well. He's done all right. 6.61 average rate and he is only 20. But he's doing well, and his potential shot up. He came back as like a 3-star. They now think he's back to being 3.5-star. So Charlie Frith is just one to keep an eye on. He was obviously in the very first youth intake. He's 20 years of age now. He's a good little player. He's a good little rotation option. So I'm happy enough. I don't think we need to sign a new left back in the summer. I think Frith is enough cover for us. We've got a big game coming up here against Aston Villa, who are in 5th. They're saying we should play Arslan, Norgard, and Gusto. Is Coyote injured then? No. It's just because he's not quite fit, so it's fine. I think he'll be okay. Sangante in there. I'm a bit indifferent on Sangante this season. He's been okay. He's not been anything major. I don't know why I need to do that. It's here now. I'm just getting used to the skin. It doesn't mention anything about like big games anymore. So he's just sort of like a standard player. I would really like to play Rafa Marin more because I think he is just a very good defender. He's just not very good in big matches. And when you're in the position we're in, you can't really afford to sort of like carry a player through. Yuri Pedrosa, he's going to be sensational. The Mexican, he's played a few games for us now. He will be very, very good. He's another one that we've started letting. Actually, have we? I thought we did. Yeah, we let him play for the under-21s to try and get the consistency up. It's the exact same thing that we had to do with Frank Smith. And do you know what? With Frank Smith, he has been generating a bit of interest. I'm not very happy with Frank Smith. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists. And like Dango off the bench has got 2 goals and I think 4 assists, Dango Utara. What's Dango got? 2 goals, 5 assists. I genuinely prefer playing Dango Utara to Frank Smith, and I never thought I'd say that. Obviously, like every manager sort of has favourites, He's genuinely one of mine. I don't really know how else to say it. He just doesn't do it for me, Frank Smits. We've tried. We've done an awful lot. We've messed around with his training. We've dropped him down to the under-21s. We've tried a bit of everything, and it's just not working. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a massive fan of him. At one stage, Wolves were sniffing around him, and to be honest, I would have happily let him go if they put an offer in. Do you know what we'll do? Because this is a home game. We've got 2 games to play. Because this is the home game. Oh, God, Patino's knackered, isn't he? Let's bring Norgard in. Because this is the home game, we will play 4-2-4. And then we've got an away game against Burnley. So I might throw the 4-2-3-1 on and just start rotating it in like that. It's a very claret and blue day here. Michael Coyote, I think he'll be fine. Is Gusto on the bench? Yes, he is. Gusto's playing a lot more than I thought he was going to do. But this is your team. It's very standard, very much what you'd set. Dango, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Dango. I have faith. Full faith in Dango. Villa have made 6 changes to their starting lineup. So last game they started Cash, Mings, Kamara, Alsani, Ramsey and Camelo. For us, they've brought in Collins, Richie Nixon, Todd Lawson, Ramzani, Luiz and Bazda. I've never heard of Richie Nixon and Todd Lawson, so I've got a feeling they're regens, which is fucking insulting if it is. Are they regens? New gens, whatever you want to call them? Opposition, he thinks that Richie Nixon. Cheeky bastards. Oh, I tell you what, though. Look at Todd Lawson. Richie Nixon, I reckon we could get out. He doesn't look that good. Unai Emery, you little perv. So, in different form, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Anyone at Ashton Gate. Every time we record a video, I say, I think we can take anyone at Ashton Gate. We've obviously got Aston Villa here. The last time you guys met us at Ashton Gate, we beat Manchester City 1-0. So, actually, no, we played Everton as well. No, we never. Everton was at Bramley Moor. I just genuinely think we can beat anybody on our day here. I really, really do. It's become something of a fortress. It's Greenwood's there. Ball in. Bungard is up, saved by Emi Martinez. They were saying in the pre-match analysis of Emi Martinez that his passing is not very good. So I think if they try and play out from the back, it's something we can exploit. Diaby. And this is what we've got to be careful about, is that, Greaves so nearly took that off a Heidel there. We've got to be careful of, we defend our own box very well, but teams, they hit it from distance. And it catches us out quite often. And speaking of catching out, we're actually performing quite well here. Right, near post. We changed it back up to be near post. Whipped in. It's going to fall for Coyote. Greenwood's there! Hits the post! Finish it! Junior Krupi's Mr. Sitter. Junior. Oh, right, Philip Bungard. Whips it in. Norgard attacks it. Sangante's there. It's cleared away. And Villa had everybody back there defending that. Good ball down line. Coyote plays it across. Junior Krupi gets himself free. Junior Krupi. Oh, pay off. I'm sick of VAR in this game. They check every goal. Every goal they check. So anyway, I mentioned in the last video about floating crosses. It doesn't necessarily have to be to a big man. Junior Krupi's not a big man. It's this. He uses the time the ball's hung in the air, he uses it to get behind Nathan Collins, and I just really like it. They don't always float it. I mean, just watch him here, the number 10, bottom of your picture. He's onside, and he just moves slightly behind Nathan Collins. It's a good tactic to try. Obviously, if you're not getting a lot of joy off crosses, try it. We're battering Villa here on the stats, aren't we? Goodness me. Yeah, definitely give it a go if you've not already. Here's Mason Greenwood over the bar. He's developed a trait of placing his shots, and he scored some wonderful goals this season doing that. He's also signed a new contract, by the way, because he was getting sniffed around by Atletico Madrid. And so, no, I thought Lawson was going to bag it. So we offered him a new contract, and he's decided to stay. So I think Mason Greenwood is here for the foreseeable. He's 26 now. So we've got him until he's about 30. And you know what? If we've got his best years out of him, I'm more than happy with that. It's just another position we don't have to replace. Greenwood again, free kick in the same position, and this time forces the save from Emi Martinez. I'm just noticing Sangante is not having a good game, but I think it's because he's been booked, and has recently been booked. He was booked on the 19th. Bungard's delivery. Get up! Oh, Sangante again. Back out to Bungard. He's floated it in. Norgard goes for it, cleared away. Greaves to Borza. Have a go, Andre. Oh, Andre. Why didn't he shoot? Why did he not go for it? Junior Krupi's looking quite tired as well, man. A lot of games in a short period of time towards the back end of this season, so I think there's an international tournament coming up. That's what we want, because he's not a very good passer. So if we win this, yes. It just went over everyone's head. Ramanzani plays it into Lawson, goes back to Nixon. Lawson should have had to go there. He's had to go this time. He's put it well over the bar. We're performing well. We are reducing Villa to shots from range, and that is only a good thing. So half-time, and we lead Villa 1-0. We have been pretty much in control the entire game. There's a lot of tired legs. Junior Krupi and Coyote are about to drop, so Gusto comes in. Krupi's going to come out, and we're going to play Bungard as a false nine. He can play that role, and bring Lorenzo Luca in as a target forward. Christian Belic is looking quite tired as well. The problem I've got there is that I don't really have another ball winner. I've only got playmakers there. So Charlie Patino, we'll try him out as a Roman playmaker for now. If things start going a little bit awry, we'll change it up and probably bring Arslan in as a defensive playmaker. They've now brought Ollie Watkins on, which doesn't surprise me at all, to be honest with you, because Watkins was Watkins is a good player, isn't he? Diaby switches out wide to Ramanzani. I thought they brought Ramanzani off. They must have brought somebody else off. So we're still keeping Villa at arm's length here. We've got a corner. We've obviously now got Big Lorenzo in there as it's whipped in. And it's a header! Oh! Borza was offside. He won the header, though. I mean, look, we're dominating this game. We are dominating this game. We just need, though, I think, to drop the intensity slightly. Let's drop it slightly, and we'll just sort of drop it back. They're going to score instantly off that. It hasn't changed yet, though. One back by Greenwood. Here's Borza. We've missed him. Good ball to Greenwood. Greenwood through to Patino. And Dango Utara! He's got to score! Dango! He's got to score! Bungard with the delivery off the corner. Again, lots of players in and around the box. Pau Torres wins that. Watkins away. Patino to Greenwood. Oh, why would that be the end of a highlight? Sangante needs to come off. He's not done well at all. Every time I get a call. Right, where was I? Fallou Diouf is going to come on. Dango Utara's not done amazingly. So we're going to bring Ronald on. And Bungard, although he can play as a false nine, I think I'm going to change him up to a pressing forward, because that's what he prefers. Pressing forward on attack. And do you know what? Patino's played well. Everyone's played well. We're keeping the pressure on. We're doing what we can. There's just the odd poor performance, but we could go 2 to the good here. Luca is off. It's away by Pau Torres. Lorenzo Luca to Greenwood. Oh, saved again by Martinez. We are testing Aston Villa's resolve here. It's going to be Bungard with an in-swinger this time. So just before I do that, we've got Diouf is in there. Greaves and Luca are all in there. So where does he aim the corner to? Just going to drop this down slightly. So he has gone for Luca, and Luca's won the header. Okay, so he is actually aiming for Lorenzo Luca, but obviously they've got 3 players there. So I think what I need to do is if I start getting... Let me just up this again. Right, you ready for this? I reckon if we do this, set pieces, corners, attacking corners. A1 is Luca, isn't it? A1 is Luca. I reckon if we do this, set pieces, corners, yeah, attacking corners. A1 is Luca, isn't it? A1 is Luca. I reckon if we do this, set pieces, corners. Yeah. A1 is Luca, isn't it? A1 is Luca. I reckon if we do this, set pieces, corners. A1 is Luca. I reckon we do this. So then it leaves Luca alone at the near post. You've got Fallou Diouf attacking the ball from the edge of the area. Jacob Greaves at the far post. So in theory, they would leave Lorenzo Luca alone. And Luca could then just have a free header. Not free header, but realistically, he's probably going to have one person marking him. So let's see how that goes. I mean, look, we've absolutely dominated these, haven't we? 17 shots, 10 on target, and only scored 1 goal. And there's me before saying we've got good finishers. But they're doing well. I'm just going to give them slight encouragements because there's a few players looking a bit annoyed, dishevelled. Does that work? It has. Greenwood looks all right. The rest of them are still fuming. What are you fuming for? I'm just trying to tell you to carry on. Crack on, lads. Ramanzani tries to get it away. Charlie Patino is there. It's Charlie Patino. Oh, he's lost it. No, God. Greenwood, lovely flick through. Bungard's attacking it. Falls for Lorenzo Luca! He's so good. He's so good. In and around the box. He's superb. He brings it down on his chest there and just volleys it into the back of the net. Look at this. Good tackle by Watkins. Norgard to Greenwood. Flicks it on. Cleared away again. Flick back in. Look at this. Brings it down. Bang. Pick that one out, Emi Martinez. We've absolutely exploited their weaknesses here. We really, really have. They weren't amazing at the back. The analytics suggested that they didn't want to play out from the back, so we forced them to kick it long. But we've got massive defenders back there, so that seems to have worked. They've had really no outlet, whereas we have just played the exact same way we always play. And we've absolutely stuffed Aston Villa. Aston Villa sitting in 5th place. Do you know what? I actually said when I seen that the 2 regens were starting, like, that's a bit harsh from Emery. He's absolutely fucked it, hasn't he? He thought that we were just going to roll over and die, and that they were going to absolutely float through us. But again, you come to Ashton Gate, and you got to expect some sort of hammering. We absolutely do teams over there. It's great. Patino. Lost it again. Yes, Jacob. Fallou Diouf. Lorenzo Luca holds it up. He's got Greenwood ahead of him, but he's going to take it down the line himself. Do you know what? Go on, Lorenzo. You do you, lads. Greenwood. Norgard. Patino! Pushed over. Let's see this corner. So, let's see. I'm going to pause it when it loads. So, you've got Borza's marking the keeper. You've got Luca there. You've got Greaves at the far post, Patino and Diouf there, and obviously players on the edge. So let's see if he can pick out Luca. He is marked. Who's he marked by? Kamara? Dance. Fantastic. Right. He's going to whip it in. Philip Bungard. It's away by Diego Costa. So they're still like... There's probably not enough time to sort of do that for this game, but I can show you for the next game. I think if we were to have Greaves as... Oh, not Greaves. Fallou Diouf as Lake at the far post. And then this. So we basically got now... We've got Luca unmarked at the front post. We've got Greaves, Diouf, and Borza all attacking the far post. And I'm just hoping it just leaves the space free for Lorenzo Luca. That's the plan anyway. Here we go. We do have time for one. And do you know what? They're zonally marking that near post. They really are, Aston Villa. But it's whipped in towards Luca, who wins it. Oh, he's at the bar. And Borza. Oh, Luca completely missed. He just misjudged the jump, didn't he? But that worked. The one time we seen it, it worked. Lorenzo Luca, man of the match again, off the bench again. So with that result, we are actually up to 9th place. That was our game in hand over Arsenal. We're on 51 points. We are a point behind Liverpool and Brentford in 7th and 8th. And again, I've mentioned previously, 7th and even 8th position in previous seasons because of the coefficients has been enough for Conference League place. So we just need to keep going. Just keep on trucking. Just keep on going. Emery. What was Emery kicking off at? What was Emery kicking off at there? Oh, because the ref give offside for the goal. Yeah, nonsense. So, tactics then. We've seen that. We've got Burnley in 3 days. We've got to be very careful with the players who have played because we do play quite a high intensity game. So, attacking. The defending set pieces work brilliantly, I think. So, we want one attack near, we want one attack far, one attack far, one lurk at far post. And then, do we have anyone who can sort of come in and mark the keeper still? Maybe Norgard. Let's Norgard was D3, wasn't he? He was. Let's put Norgard into that there and then have him mark the goalkeeper. So then you've got Norgard marking the keeper. You've got why's Borza gone to lurk at near post? Lurk at far post. You've got 3 people attacking the far post. You've got someone marking the keeper, and then you've got you've got Lorenzo Luca or whoever it will be in this instance. It would be Jacob Greaves just attacking the near post, and I think that would start getting us some goals. And just another interesting thing to say. And no, stop this, please. Can I change the training calendar for today? They will be fucking shattered if they do a match practice in this. Can't be having that. So I couldn't actually stop that. So what I've done is we've got 2 days worth of recovery time and community outreach knocked in there just to improve the dynamics a little bit, and then we'll just do a bit of ball distribution. Burnley are down in 19th position, so I'm not expecting... Is Company still their manager? That idiot in his cap. Jesus tonight. So we're going to keep that as that. I don't know if he's mentioned the other day, I mentioned those cinnamon buns from that nice cafe by mine, and I went this morning and got one. So this is my lunch, a cinnamon bun and a coffee. So I'm trying to scram this in between the Villa and the Burnley games here. So bear with me a second. So here I am, cinnamon crumbs and all, ready for the Burnley game. They only want 2 changes made. They want Smits and Patino in. To be honest, I probably agree with that. Charlie Patino is a very, very good player in his own right. Do you know what? You're probably taken over from Ege Arslan, which is probably a bit unfair on Arslan, but obviously it's a squad game. He's pretty much only a squad player now, Ege Arslan, but still a very good player in his own right. And Utara is... Oh, they're all knackered, aren't they? Sheesh. Do you know what? Utara can still play. I'm going to keep Utara in there. We'll drop Sangante out, bring Falou Diouf in. Obviously, Rafa Marin is still injured. We'll bring Pedrosa into the bench for this one. Bryn Hilton can drop out. It's not a big game. Frank Smith can make the bench. And that's sort of how we do it. Like players like Mariba, Semedo, they've just got to sort of get used to being squad. Excuse me. Oh, goodness me. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. They've got to get used to being squad players from now on. I may drop Norgard. We don't need 2 playmakers, and probably give Mariba some game time and go for that there. I don't know whether to go to the 4-2-3-1 because it's less intense. And obviously, we're playing away from home, playing 19th place Burnley. But I mean, we've got Burnley and then Bournemouth. If we want to break into Europe with 4 games remaining, I think now is the time. Where's the schedule gone? So we've got Burnley in 19th, Bournemouth in 20th, Palace in 18th, and then City, who are first. We could potentially get Europe. I may even just stick with this, and just carry it on through. And it might be the big bumper episode, end of season. Oh God, that coffin fit really got me. Goodness me. Fucking hell. You'll have to let me know what you think about the skin. I don't know if I'm all for it. I think I've got so used to the default skin, having played it so much in this save, that I don't know if I'm all for the Zealand skin. But I mean, we've got to beat these here, haven't we? Norman's a player I'm interested to see how he plays. He's obviously one of their young lads. Patino is not quite fit, but he should be okay. Do you know what? I don't think he is okay. Let's bring Arslan in, because Arslan's fitter. He's fresh. He's very little fatigue. His match sharpness isn't amazing, but Patino is quite. No, do you know what? I would say this is a big game. We need Norgard in there. So the last time we played Burnley, I believe they beat us. I remember Igor scoring off a free kick, off like a header at the back post. So underway at Turf Moor, Burnley's last 5 games, 3 losses and a draw. We are sitting on back-to-back wins. Completely forgot Mateo Kovacic plays for Burnley. Yeah, just a nice early start would do me, I think. If we can start off early and on the front foot, like we did against Villa, it leaves us in a good place. But obviously Burnley will try and keep the ball an awful lot and will try and trap us into making mistakes, basically. So we just need to be really at our game as Dango Utara takes it round a couple. And he's still going, Dango. He's found Mason Greenwood. He's out wide now. And that's a handball. There's no Bungard's there. Philip Bungard makes it 1-0. An early start is what we wanted, and an early start's what we got. Oh, poor Burnley. Poor Burnley. That's quite unfortunate for them. But a nice early start. That looked like a handball to me by Anduni. But that's what we wanted. Obviously, I mean, Tottenham drew 1-1 with Arsenal. Thankfully, a 91st minute goal for Tottenham to equalise. So we're already ahead of Arsenal. A win here keeps us 2 points ahead of them. Good ball into Bungard. He's done well there, Philip Bungard. Oh, he's done fantastically. He's such a good player in the match engine, Philip Bungard. As he keeps going, he's still going. It's still Bungard. He's gone down. They're going to check it. Has he just won the softest penalty of the season? Tony Harrington checks the VAR. They've given it. That is surprising. That did not look like a penalty. Well, he missed his last one. It's Philip Bungard. He's buried this one. 2-0 Bristol City, 10 minutes in. The European push is on. It is on. Absolutely. Do you know what? It's not his best penalty. It clips the post. It's not his best pen. How are Liverpool getting on? They're drawing 0-0 with Brighton currently. Heung-min-son with the goal there against Arsenal. Oh, God. Do I want to look at the league table? It puts us in 7th. A win puts us in 7th. With 18th and 20th and first place to go. Bungard should score. Oh, my God. Yeah, it puts... We're still close to Spurs. Oh, God, I can't look at that. I'd happily just look at this. We've got another corner. How's this going to work then? Because if we look, Dango Utara is sort of in there. He was told to go forward if he can, if he doesn't need to stay back, and that might be detrimental, so we'll just see how it is. It's whipped in. It's Jacob Greaves with a free header, and James Trafford makes an easy save, but the idea of having more people at the back post has left that front post unmarked. Well up, Fallout. And it allowed the free header. Here's Dango Utara, Mason Greenwood, skipping 2 challenges. Mason Greenwood into the area. Well saved, James Trafford. And let's see how this penalty gets on. Corner gets on, because that last one was a free header. Who's marking up there? Norgard's marking the keeper, isn't he? Bungard's ball in, away by Senesi. Greenwood, Bungard floats it in. Fallout to Youfa's up. Oh, cleared away. Belic, Coyote. Surprise of the season, Michael Coyote. He's been magnificent. And that is a ball. And Bungard, again, he should score there. Right. Heighthall. Amdouni to Cullen. What we don't want is Burnley getting back into it. And Jacob Greaves goes right through him. Robinson plays it back. They're playing everything through this Heighthall kid, aren't they? I know what I'm doing. Opposition instructions on Heiter. Helter? What's his name? Who the hell is that? Who's Helter? Is it Amdouni? Oh, it's their right back. Oh, okay. There you go. He must be playing inverted wing back, inverted full back, whatever the position is on this now. But yeah, we're just going to mark him and tackle him harder because he's having an awful lot of the ball, and we don't want Burnley having any growing influence in the game. Coyote clears. Dango Utara can lead the counter-attack. Go on, Dango. Go on, lads. Oh, he's done him. Utara, he's done another one. He's cut it back. Junior Krupi lays it off to Greenwood. He's hit the inside of the post. Oh, it would have been a fantastic goal. It would have been a fantastic goal. And we're still quite early in, you know. We're only half an hour in. And James Trafford's forced to go long. Surely we win this. We do. Belic. What a player Belic has turned into. He signed a new deal as well. Junior Krupi, what can you make, lads? You can pull it back to Bungard, who should score. He doesn't. Greenwood's effort saved. Amdouni has to clear. And Zaroury on the counter-attack for Burnley. And Norman looked off. He was offside. Burnley have not had a single shot. This is very, very Burnley in real life as well, isn't it, this? Not having any sort of attempts on target. Southampton go in the lead against Palace. Brentford are beating Bournemouth. The teams around the bottom of the table aren't fighting back like they did last year. I don't even remember last year. We played a few teams around the bottom and they were literally coming out the blocks for us. So, I mean, that's a good knock. If he can get onto it, he can't. Dango's whipped it in though. Bungard! He's having one of them games, Philip Bungard, where he's on a hat-trick. He could have scored 5. He scored 2. And to be honest with you, I would more than likely bring him off at this stage normally. But the fact he's on a hat-trick is... I don't want to ruin his dynamics. Excuse me. Yeah, we're absolutely hammering these, aren't we? Who can we bring on? Can we bring Charlie on? Let's bring Charlie on. Let's bring Charlie Frith on. Let's give him some game time. Let's bring Pedrosa on, and Mason Greenwood's looking quite tired. We'll bring Ronald on. So this is Big Ron's first game back on camera since signing in the January transfer window on a free. You're going to see what a 220 grand a week 2.5-star player looks like. Ronald. Pedrosa's mohawk. I love it, you know. I love Pedrosa's mohawk. I'm tempted to take the face pack off just so I can see his lovely little mohawk every time I click on him. Dango's found Junior Krupi. He's got Bungard in the middle. Oh, we looked like we were in straight off kickoff there. Oh my God, Burnley have got a set piece. Now, can we mark up? We are zonally and player marking, and it's headed away, and Kovacic gets it back in, and Igor's there again. Why does Igor always score against me? Lads... That is daft. The first header's away brilliantly by Pedrosa, and then Heidel just comes for a ball that's not his to go for. That's their only 2 shots of the game. Honest to God, lads. No, don't you fucking dare. Don't do it. Height it again. Headed up. This time he stays on his line, and Greaves can find a way out at the back. Ronald goes back to Frith. There we go. Nice and calm. Belic to Dango Utara. Lots of space for Dango. Junior Krupi out to Ronald. Skips one challenge. Skips a second. Norgard! Saved. Shouldn't really be shooting there, should you, Norgard? That's a bit daft. I'm not liking that Burnley is seemingly coming back into it. It seems like they're just sort of aimlessly putting balls in. But... what's wrong with Pedrosa? Oh, God. Amdouni slips it through. Charlie Frith defends it well. Dango Utara doesn't win it. Pedrosa's up. He should have left it. It was going straight to the keeper. It's a good block by Coyote. And Junior Krupi doing his best work defensively there. And Belic can help lead the counter-attack. He's found Dango Utara. Utara to Bungard. Bungard to Junior Krupi, who's gone for goal from distance. What are you doing? We've got 2 subs left. 2 left. And... I'm thinking it's going to be Malo Gusto and Lorenzo Luca. I don't like that they're coming back into it. So I think let's just bring on, again, a bit more pace at the back and that aerial presence up front, which has served us so well this season. Here's Junior Krupi. Have a go. Have a go. Oh, tip wide by Trafford. And hopefully we can exploit the set piece again. Luca in the middle there. Dango Utara's going to swing it in. In-swinging ball. Everyone's in there. It's cleared away. Gusto is in there. That's quite interesting. Malo Gusto being in there. Frith defends that very well, and Lorenzo Luca will lose possession. Not his best work, in all honesty. Trafford short to Senesi. Forcing them back again. Trafford. Oh, he's giving away! Ronald! What can he make? Oh, nothing! Krupi. That's poor. Jesus, Junior. That is poor from Junior Krupi. There's definitely another goal in this for us. So Krupi plays a short to Pedrosa. Back to Charlie Frith, who's gone for goal. What are you shooting for? There is absolutely another goal in this game for us. We just need to be very, very careful on the counter-attack. So do you know what? I'm gonna change you up to a ball winner on defend. Belic. Gusto. Norgard. Swings it in. Ronald! Ronald! Back Donald! He's back. He's dancing. He's hit a little Billie Jean. Ah, Ronald, man. I love Ronald. You always get that one player on Football Manager that you just don't care about his attributes. You don't care about the fact he's got a low star rating. You don't really care about anything because they just consistently outperform. They do well. They're just like one of those players that you just want in and around your squad. It's a shame, really, that Mason Greenwood's so good out there on the left. Well done, Charlie. Yeah, it's a shame, really, that Greenwood is so good on the left because it does limit Ronald's game time since coming back. Well played again. Junior Krupi. Lorenzo Luca trying to make a move. Krupi's got all the space in the world. They're not near him. He's dancing through. And his finish is really poor. That would have been an unbelievable goal. How are Liverpool getting on? Liverpool are still drawing. Cool. This is good. So how's the league table looking then? Are we still 7th? We'll be 7th on 54 points, a point ahead of Liverpool, 3 points ahead of Arsenal. That is some turnaround, especially when we had such a poor run of form between January and February. Pedrosa back to Gusto. Goes all the way back to Heidel. Still don't know how you say his name properly. Norgard. Ronald. Back to Norgard. This is what I love about Norgard. Just keeps us ticking over. Krupi to Gusto. There's Dango down the line, or he can go alone. He's found Dango Utara. Utara onto his right foot. Hangs it up. Ronald's there again. Oh, saved by Trafford. Junior Krupi on the free kick. Short to Ronald. Turns his man. Ronald. He's still going. He's still going. He's still got the ball, Ronald. He's found Junior Krupi. And Trafford has to make a save. We are playing some lovely football, you know. Here we go. Pick out Lorenzo Luca. Come on. Dango Utara with the corner. Swings it near post. Lorenzo Luca's off and Robertson heads away. Ronald. Back to Gusto. Gusto to Dango. Dango's got all the time in the world. He goes alone and it's saved. He should have squared it. Cleared away. And Burnley, for all their huffing and puffing at the start of this second half, have just faded into obscurity again. 21 shots with 12 on target for us. 50% of our shots go on target. That's not too bad because we do play very fast attacking, high energy football. I thought Leicester were beating City then. Brentford and Brighton and Bournemouth are having a ding-dong battle there. Are Liverpool still losing? No, I can't see it. Krupi's ball. Pedrosa's up. Gets that all kinds of wrong, Jory Pedrosa. I want to see Liverpool's results. Heidel looking long for Luca. He's got to win that. He does quite easily. Norgard. Charlie Frith. Driving us forward, the young lads. And swinging one in. And he's picked out Ian Matson, former Bristol City player. Dango Utara makes it 4. Yeah, he's my starting winger. I've completely lost faith on Frank Smith. I really have. He just hasn't performed. Liverpool are still drawing. Man United are 6-0 up. Goodness me. Trafford with the long kick. Headed away by Luca. Played through to Amdouni, though. Amdouni to Zerari. Into Ian Matson. And Charlie Frith is there. Lorenzo Luca to Junior Krupa. He loses the ball. The referee is playing a little bit over the allotted added time. But Junior, Malo Gusto with a big tackle. And that is as convincing a victory as we possibly could have hoped for. A goal off a set piece for Burnley. A bit of a mistake from Nicholas Heidel allowed them in. But overall, a very convincing victory, which gives me a lot of confidence because we're playing teams around that part of the table as well. So I think I'm going to stick with this video and give you a longer video and see how we get on there. So that Brentford victory leapfrogs us. They're in 7th, we're in 8th. We just need to keep going, just keep winning our games. We've obviously got Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. Literally, we play the entire bottom 3 in the last 4 games, including Man City, who are obviously running away with the league. So hopefully by the time we play City, they've kind of give up on what they were doing. So I'm not going to talk about too much more in like the in-between like the Bournemouth and the Crystal Palace games. But if we look at the development centre, just want to show you once more like the players out on loan. Osman Kamara is doing very well. He's got good form. Is not really developing all too much, so we'll probably end up letting him go. Ephraim Yeboah is now injured, but I mean, he's developed very nicely in and around the first team. We'll probably let Ibrahim go. Harry Bond we spoke about, we'll try and bring back and rotate in. Trevor Grinsell is now looking better. A lot of his 10s have turned into 11s and 12s, and so this low move out to Lincoln has definitely been the making of him. Obviously, we play him as a ball-winning midfielder. That's how we like using him. He's got good tackle and good teamwork. You know, it's these mental attributes and physical attributes that will just get better the more he plays. His technicals, if we're playing him as a ball-winner, are already good enough. So I think next season might finally be the season that he comes back into the first team. But a couple of other players, like Stephanie Ilabudo, who is as good as Charlie Frith, in my opinion. There's just so many good players knocking about on loan. Jordan Lapham, another one. Who else is knocking about there? Ferren Felgate is a decent enough option. So we've got options coming back in. So I think the homegrown quota is going to be fine next season. But it was obviously an issue in this season, but I think next season we'll be fine. We'll have a lot of these young lads back in. You know, speaking of Trev, he scored in the game for Lincoln today. How are they actually getting on in League Two? They're at 11th, so they're doing okay. So they're in no danger of going down. Tranmere, on the other hand, have been relegated, so we will have 2 League Two affiliates. Which, do you know what? I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that allows us to send a couple of the younger lads down there to perform well. No, Kennedy's got to play there. Frith is not playing. We want Frith fit, and Ian Kennedy as a left back is getting better all the time. Doherty's back. He's been injured for a while. Warrington, Mitchell, Williams, Pedrosa. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Ethan Ayala is doing very well in the under-21s. He was described on the Next Gen as the Chilean Mbappe because he's obviously very quick and a good finisher. So we'll try and find a low move for him. But I forgot to show you guys earlier the youth intake, and obviously we've kind of come away from what we wanted to do, which is not really the intention there. But this is the youth intake we've had. Again, ignore the Greens, they're not coming in. So Toby Curran, a centre-back, he gets his contract. Again, looks like he's been playing in the mud. Chavez Brown, a young striker, winger type, probably a winger more than a striker. Ross Bridges, another winger. He's 6'3" though, so I'm not quite sure what to do with him. Daniel Parks is one they were quite excited about. He's a striker, got lovely hair. Herbie Yetten, unfortunately, is not related to Ewan Yetten. That would have been great. Jordan Cully, another young midfielder, ball-winning midfielder. We get a lot of them coming through. Miles Hetzker, another good player in the middle of the park there. Looks very, very good as a playmaker. And then another unbelievable goalkeeper in Oscar Graham. So we do get a lot of good goalkeepers. And I don't know if you noticed there wasn't a single bad personality amongst that youth intake. The last 3 we've had to put a load of them in the first team and mentor them. But this year, we won't have to do it. So I'm thinking the work we've had done on the youth facilities and obviously allowing Chiellini to go on more coaching courses and that, it's just starting to have a bit more influence. So for the game against Bournemouth, we are treating every single game as a big game. So we're going to bring Sangante back in. The youth drops down to the bench. Charlie Patino will come in for Ege Arslan. Bryn Hilton, maybe. No, not Bryn Hilton. Although I love Bryn Hilton. He's been great for us. But we do have Ronald back now, and Ronald is the boy, and Ronald will continue to be there. Do you know what? I'm going to drop Frank Smith out. I am going to drop Frank Smith out and bring Bryn Hilton in. I think, to be honest, I'm going to try and move Smith on. I can't imagine there'll be a lot of teams that don't want him. But if we look at his overall sort of stats this season, in the Premier League, 2 assists and 1 goal. He's started 21 games. And then we go and look at Dango Utara, who has not started anywhere near as many games, 13 games, 5 assists, 3 goals, 3 player of the matches, a goal and an assist in his recent games as well. It goes against sort of what a lot of people would do. Don't you kick off again, you dog. It goes against what a lot of people would do, because they'd be like, oh, high potential player, play him. Sorry, no, I don't really care what your potential is. I do a lot based on like the eyes test and obviously like favourites and whatnot. Dango Utara is one of my favourite players this year. He's really turned it around, because last season it looked like he was a waste of money. He's really, really turned it around and started doing well. So he will continue to be the starter for the foreseeable. So Bournemouth then, Cunha, Gomez, Traore, Brooks, Adams, Alex Scott. If they get relegated, keep your eyes on Alex Scott. Do you know what? We actually did inquire in the summer, and he said we would need to improve our standings, which is a bit annoying. He's extremely doubtful now, but it's Alex Scott. Can we bring Alex Scott back, please? Please. Alex Scott in this team. I think he'd absolutely complete this midfield, wouldn't he? Keep your eyes peeled on Alex Scott. We're sticking with that team then. Don't change a winning team. That's what I like to say. Obviously, we have swapped the out for Sangante, but Sangante's the starter, so ignore what I said. So, again, look at that form. Again, at Ashton Gate. A game which I think could potentially relegate Bournemouth. If we look at the league table in a second when it flashes up here, we'll have a look in a second. But yeah, we're underway. I feel sorry for Bournemouth, because they've actually still got a really good team. But again, if we can relegate Bournemouth and then we can go and nab Alex Scott back off them, I mean, that would just be absolutely sensational. And Dango Utara, again, another former Bournemouth man, is already causing havoc at the back there. Norgard back to Dango. They've left him unmarked. He's whipped it in. Bungard couldn't get to it. And Greenwood with a looped header, which Dalberg tips over the bar. Former Watford man, Pontus Dalberg. The corner's going to be delivered by Bungard. It's got Jacob Greaves in there. He went for it, cleared away. Back to Bungard. Get it back in, lad. Oh, he was offside on the follow-up. But yeah, looking at this then, we obviously want to keep an eye on Brentford, who are playing Man City tomorrow, which is a good thing. An eye on Liverpool as well. Everyone else didn't really sort of matter. Maybe Chelsea. But yeah, so there's that. And then obviously we wanted to look at the league table. Bournemouth, 20 points. If we beat them and Burnley get a result, I think they're relegated. So, who have Burnley got? They've got Crystal Palace, a massive game down at the bottom of the table there. So, yeah, everything could sort of go our way here. Matty Cunha with the free kick for Bournemouth whips it straight into the fans. Not as fast a start as we've sort of had in the last couple of games. So Bournemouth obviously fighting for their lives. They still do play some nice football. I remember when we played them at Dean Court, they sort of passed us off the park a little bit. As Matty Cunha nearly scores a goal there. I went quiet then. I was speechless. I thought that was going to be it. Corner to be taken then by Traore. He's going to whip it in. And Lloyd Kelly gets a free header. Obviously, this mix of like player marking and zonal marking can be exploited. Burnley are beating Palace. If we beat Bournemouth, they're down. Here's our corner. Bungard. Whips it in. Oh, Sangante doesn't get up. Greenwood. Back to Bungard. Back to Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is in. It's off the line by Zabani. Oh, another corner then. Bungard. We need to start scoring off set pieces again. Bungard's delivery. Sangante's flicked header is really poor. Fulham are beating Liverpool 2-0. We need to win this game, you know. We need to win this game. If we win and then Brentford lose, I think it's ours. So we really need to push. Greenwood's not performing. Bellich isn't performing. Greaves isn't performing. The wing-backs aren't doing amazingly. And obviously they're quite a source of creativity for us. And they're going to stop us playing this out. Be careful. Greaves to Boza. Got Greenwood down the line. He uses Mason Greenwood. Through ball to Bungard. Not his best touch. He's had to go backwards to Boza. Lovely. Tremendous delivery as well. Philip Bungard's head is down. I'm going to change Junior Krupi up to an advanced forward. We do that when teams are like sitting like fairly deep because otherwise he sort of drops in and there's not another option in the middle. So change him up to an advanced forward and just sort of let him spread his legs and run at people rather than the false 9 that he has been playing. Kirk has his free. I don't like this. I do not like this one bit. Fucking hell. Goodness me. Nobody got near him. Why did nobody even attempt to get near him there? Yeah, trigger the press on him. Goodness me. Fulham now 3-0 up against Liverpool, and we are not really creating anything. We've got another corner here, which is going to be taken by Philip Bungard. Whips it in again. Jacob Greaves is up. He's hit the bar. And we can't get the rebound in. Oh, come on. Half time. And we've not looked like scoring. And key players performing really poorly. Junior Krupi, since changing up to an advanced forward, has done nothing. Mason Greenwood is coming off. We'll bring Ronald on. The defenders aren't doing well. Christian Bellich has also been booked. So Patino's going to come on as that Roman playmaker. And you know what? Lorenzo Lucas coming on. Get the target man on there. Get the ball in the box, particularly off corners. Their keeper's shown he's going to flap off corners on the last 2. So we've won the header. We're just not getting it on target. So I think getting Lorenzo in there is going to hopefully pay dividends. Coyote's on the chopping block here for the 60th minute as well. He's not doing well at all. None of the defenders are doing well, which is concerning when a win would pretty much put us in the driver's seat, as Luca with a lovely turn around the defender. Ronald's ball in. Krupi doesn't attack the space. He's not having a good game, Junior. We're coming up to the 60th minute and nothing is happening. They are just sitting off, and again, our defenders are not performing. We're going to bring Malo Gusto in. Dango Utara is not doing great, so we're going to bring Bryn Hildson in and put Ronald out on the right-hand side. Jacob Greaves is not performing, so can't. He's going to have to stick Greaves out. Greaves is on a 6.3. He's not doing anything of note. So I think I know how this is going to end. There's Max Aarons with a throw. Zabani. Adams to Traore. He seems to have swapped flank. Here's Alex Scott. Blocked by Junior Krupi, who's going to lose it. Dreadful performance from Junior Krupi. And Traore's in. It's been a very even game. It's David Brooks. It's in. I said I knew how it was going to end. This idiot at the back. Losing his man. Watch him. Watch, he doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know what to do. He's marking absolutely nobody. We're just got to go for it then, haven't we? This is rubbish, lads. It's rubbish. And you know what? I reckon by going attacking, they're just going to come and score another. It's not good enough, this. Oh, of course, there it is. There's the obligatory. After you've made all your substitutions injury. Of course it is. Of course it is. I bet he's got to go off as well. He's going to have to come off. I've got no subs left. He's on an orange injury. This is outrageous. Why does it do it to you? Way by Sangante. Borza he's just going to have to brave it, I think. But this is awful. It's outrageous what this game's trying to do to you. It's every year. Every year we've got to a position where like something good could happen and something daft happens in like the final 3 games, whether it's an injury to your keeper, to a key player. Your players just decide they can't be arsed anymore. I don't know what it is. Patino on the edge. Don't shoot, Mallow. Good lad. Ronald can. Oh, he's forced to save from Dalberg. We've got the corner. Lorenzo bloody Luca! Saving us again with his 10th of the season. We have gone very attacking. But there you go. Patino whips it. Lorenzo Luca's header. And Dalberg can only push it into his own net. And the highlight is straight away. So hopefully it's not Bournemouth coming forward and bloody scoring again. Intercept it. Yes, Andre. Brynhildsen, Borza, Norgard, Luca. We're playing some nice fast football. Patino. It's gone back to Sangante. He's got Krupi in the channel there. He uses Junior Krupi. Who gives it? What is this game from you, Junior Krupi? He's been awful. He's been absolutely awful. Come on, lads. Come on. You're not going to get a better chance to sort of put yourself in that driving seat for the next 2 games. You're really not. We are still on very attacking and nothing is happening. Come on, lads. It's your last chance. Just get it in there. Here we go. Junior Creepy. Don't shoot, lads. Just chip it in. Oh, why? You set them up and tell them to go back post and they just shoot. 7 minutes added on. I'd rather lose the game going for it. I think you're offside, Junior Creepy. I think he was off. He was offside. Bournemouth come forward again. Not one of these stupid throwing routines, please. Please, for the love of God. Hardle claims it. Good lads. Get it forward. You've got a big 6'7" target man in there. Lump it straight to him. No, he's going to go short to Sangante. Gusto. Ronald. Krupi. Lost it again. Gusto's there. Gusto gives it away. Goodness me. What in God's name are they playing at? Oh, here we go. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Get fucked. Sometimes this game is just so scripted. It's outrageous. Honestly, like, you're playing a team who are like bottom of the league, who haven't won a game in weeks, and they come to your place and do you. Like, and I mean, do you? They've been the best team by a fucking country mile. We scored off a corner and that's it. We've created nothing. Our creative players in this game have been abysmal. The 2 centre-backs and the goalkeeper have been abysmal. Like, I understand it. I don't mind losing games. I go on losing streaks all the time. It happens. We play expansive footy. I get it. But this is shit. It's nonsense. And again, like, oh, it looks like you're going to get there. Oh, Fulham are beating Liverpool. Oh, well, you've lost. Like, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. It really is. Do you know what? Unbelievably, we still sit in 8th place. We've got 2 games remaining. We've got Crystal Palace and a game against Man City. So it's in our hands still, unbelievably. I can't believe we've lost that game, you know. So Bournemouth are now confirmed relegated. So there's a lot of players that we can sort of cherry pick. Alex Scott has got a £44 million release clause in his contract as a relegation release clause. So, I mean, I'm tempted to literally just activate it and bring him in. He's only 24. We'll get his best years out of him. He's homegrown a club. He's an Ashton Gate 8 player. It makes sense. I'd happily spend a big outlay on like a really, really good young player that can be here for like the next 4 or 5 years. So the Palace game is tomorrow. They are already relegated, so they've not really got anything to play for. But I'm going to stick with the same team. I'm going to bring Brynhildsen out though and put Smits on there. It does just offer us something slightly different. That's fine. There's a few players sort of knocking around. I don't want to change up too much what's been working. Obviously, we've got... Oh, yeah, we do need a new scout, actually. I've just seen David Trezeguet. He's always a good scout on this. Yeah. I was at Bournemouth. Bloody hell, no wonder they got some good players. We have offered a contract to Alex Scott. So it'd be 44 million. He'd be on 150 grand a week, but I wanted to jump in before anyone else. And to be honest with you, if that was the only transfer I had to make in this summer transfer window, I would be happy with that. He's a fantastic player, isn't he? And he's still got a star and a half's worth of growth. Would just be a fantastic player. Can play sort of as a Roman playmaker, he'd be amazing. Run to the ball through the centre, moves into channels, tries killer balls, comes deep, likes the ball, plays into feet. He would be amazing in that Roman playmaker role, as we do like to play, or in the deep line playmaker. Obviously, we've got Patino there as well. We've got Arslan, we've got Norgard, we've got Mariba, we've got Belic, we've got Trevor Grinsell to come back. We've got a few players to rotate in. It's a squad game, and he would absolutely categorically improve our squad. Right, not the deciding game, but big games. Liverpool versus Arsenal. A big game there because a win for either of them sort of takes them away, so we need to win this. A draw here would put us below both teams, but if we were to win and Brentford lose to Everton, who aren't doing too well, and I've sacked Sean Dyche, it will put us in and around them. So it's still kind of in our hands, which is why that Bournemouth result is so infuriating. Because if we beat Bournemouth, we'd already be in the 7th position. So we just need to keep going. Crystal Palace away, not an easy place to go. They're already relegated. They've got nothing to play for. There's no pressure on them now. The pressure's really all on us if we want to get Europe. So we've got this game. We've got the City game. So Arsenal beat Liverpool. Brentford lost to Everton. If we can win, we would be level on points with Arsenal and above Brentford. So we just win the game, lads. City have won the league now. So I think even that game when we play against City, they're probably not going to be too bothered about anything going on. They've won the league. They've obviously got European competition to hold out for as well. So just go out and win. So we're underway at Selhurst Park. Do you know what I didn't do? I didn't sort out the corners to what I did last time. So I did actually change the corner that Lorenzo Luca scored off. We actually changed it up if you go in the attacking one. And one of these guys, I think it was this one, we actually had at Lerch near post. So we've got 2 at the front, 2 at the back, 1 marking the keeper. And it seemed to work. It gave Luca the free header. So we'll change it back up to that one. And we'll have to actually remember to make that change permanently as ball. Do you know what? It's not a bad ball, you know. It's not a bad ball. Right. Andre Boza, Jacob Greaves. I'd love Boza to get a goal, you know. He doesn't score for us at all. Belic, there's a... But no! Krupi was your ball. Oh, you crab. Yes, Junior Krupi. Greenwood. Through ball, Philip Bungard. He's only really got 1 foot, but he uses his right foot. It's his first right-footed goal. And it's a fantastic finish from Philip Bungard. 4 minutes in, and we're in the lead. Look at this, Junior Krupi. That is magnificent. Greenwood's ball picks out Bungard, and the touch and the finish. I mean, that is a top-class striker's finish from Philip Bungard, and that will put us on 57 points when it wants to update. There you go, 57 points behind Arsenal on goal difference. It is all in our hands. Palace going for a long throw. They found Mark Gay. I am sick to death of these fucking throwing goals. Has anybody else had the same issue? I've seen other people moan about it on Twitter. It's insane. It's insane because you can't stop them. You try every tactic. You tell them to play a mark. You have your assistant do it. You have your set piece coach do it. No one can stop the throw-ins. If they're not scoring off a long one, they're playing it short and whipping it in. It's just cheese. It's horrible. Honest to God, if that actually fully costs us, that is just nonsense. We've been all over them. They've literally got a throw in, launched it in, and scored off it. And it's come straight through to fucking... You're relegated, lads. Why are you parking the bus? You're already down. I'm not happy. Not happy with that. I'm going to bring Utara off. It was his interception that was missed. Let's bring Smits on. I'm actually going to bring Bungard off and bring Luca on for that aerial threat off the corners. And they've brought on Matthias França and some kid. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're just starting to park the bus as well. Even more. Oh, honest to God. If that costs us... Do you know what? I'm gonna go positive. I'm gonna come out a little bit more. Sangante again is not really performing. Hang on. Let's let the corner happen first. Smits with the corner. Straight to a blue shirt. Penalty, maybe? No. Greaves, Borza, float it in, get it in. What are you shooting for? Fucking hell. So a couple of changes happening then. Diouf, Patino, Ronald, all on. I've had to go attacking again because they're just not doing anything. Lads, it's in our hands. Do you not want Europe? They obviously bloody don't. Patino's corner. He can whip a good one. Patino's ball in. He's picked out Lorenzo Luca and it's headed over the bar. Can you actually believe they have fully parked the bus? Already relegated. Already down. Oh, Ronald somehow doesn't score. Smits gets it back in. They're already down and they've parked the bus. They scored a goal off a fucking stupid nonsense throw-in that this game does all the time and then parked the bus. You're already down. Why have you parked the bus? Come on, Borza. Come on. Tackled and out for the corner. Just get everyone in there. We just need the lads in there. Smits is going to take it. Lorenzo Luca. It's over the bar. Look. One shot on target and it's off the throw-in. Every time. We're sticking with it. We've hit the bar. Come on. Come on. Need a big challenge, Andre. Well done, lad. Those fucking... 4 seasons of this, I have moaned about these stupid throwing routines that the AI just seems to be able to do without fail and score every single time without fail, and it's done us again. You're relegated and you've parked the bus. Why? You're already down. Oh my God. Really? Bournemouth and Crystal Palace, 2 relegated teams, have cost us Europe. I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed with this shit. The 2 of the 3 relegated teams have cost us Europe. Is right. What is this game? You're shit, Smith. You're crap, lads. Absolutely crap, that lad. He really is. I've 2 of the... Honest to God. 2 of the 3 relegated teams have cost us European football. I just can't be bothered. It's just nonsense. I understand. Yeah, I genuinely get it. You're not going to win every game, you know. But when you look at like the goals we've conceded and the teams we've lost to and the way we've lost it, like it's not happened all season. Those throw-in routines have happened all season because they're overpowered. But like a knockdown to a left back who's not scored a goal all season. It's their second shot on target. One off a throw-in, one off a corner. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand it. It's stupid. So that leaves the table like this. I really don't think we're getting Europe. We've been 9th, 10th all season. I don't think we're gonna beat Man City. In all honesty, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. There's no point in playing the City game. So I'll see you all next time. See you for next season. We're not getting Europe.